With the coronation of King Charles III in Westminster, it's a good time to take a look at a topic that is somewhat confusing, however, upon further examination is actually fairly straightforward. Oftentimes we hear the phrase British Commonwealth, usually in the context of referencing now independent former British possessions, some of which retain the British head of state. However, it's not quite so simple, as there are actually multiple different uses for the term Commonwealth, as well as other territories to which the term does not apply. We won't delve too much into the long history. Instead, let's take a look at the different categories that exist today. First, you have some former British possessions which are no longer associated with Britain in any way. These include most of Britain's former Middle East protectorates and mandates, such as Egypt or the Gulf monarchies, as well as a handful of former members and at times suspended members. Then you have the Commonwealth of Nations. This is the largest and most inclusive category. It essentially functions as an international organization, headed by the British monarch, but incorporating a wide variety of states, including republics, as well as independent monarchies, with entry open to all former British possessions regardless of their current political status. The Commonwealth of Nations is also open to other states formerly associated with Britain in some way. This has also included recent British allies that were never a part of the British Empire. The vast majority of those eligible, regardless of their relationship with Britain through the years, have joined and remained members, including both India and Pakistan. Presently, the Commonwealth contains 56 sovereign member states, including Britain itself. Of these 56 states, 15 of them are Commonwealth Realms. This is a phrase you'll see on the apolitical world map, although some of these states use a different title. The 15 Commonwealth Realms are those which retain the British monarch as their head of state. They are fully sovereign independent countries, although the monarchy does retain a largely ceremonial governor-general as their representative. Because each one of these countries is fully sovereign and independent, each of their monarchies are technically separate as well. For example, while Canada's head of state is always the current reigning British monarch, their reign in Canada is completely independent of their reign in the British Isles. Thus, the newly crowned Charles III serves independently as the King of Canada, totally separate from his role as King of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. This is likewise the case for each of the 15 Commonwealth realms, all of which sent representatives to the coronation as Charles ascended to the throne of each of their independent monarchies. The final category are those which still remain British possessions. In 2002, 5 years after the handover of Hong Kong, which was noted at the time as the symbolic end of the British Empire by the now King Charles, the remaining British possessions around the world were reorganized as part of a new citizenship law, becoming the British Overseas. British Overseas territories are not part of the Commonwealth or Commonwealth realms, as they are not independent states and thus are still represented by Britain within the Commonwealth. Notable examples include British possessions in Gibraltar, the Falkland Islands, and the Virgin Islands, among other territories scattered around the world, meaning that even today the sun never sets on the British Empire, or the British Overseas these days. So I hope that offers some clarification of the current situation. Looking ahead, it might be interesting to take a look at the political structures within the British Isles themselves, which is itself quite multi-layered. For now, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment. It really helps the algorithm. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share with anybody else who would be interested in this content. Check out the project that forms the basis for these videos at apoliticalworldmap.org. And if you can, please sign up on Patreon to keep the content coming. Thanks once again for watching. I'm Alex. I am out.